Hello friends, this is Yusuf here. Welcome to part 16 of our crash course RPGLE. So in this tutorial, in this video, we're going to learn about display files. So display files are actually the AS400 specific UI or a front end, okay, which will be used in our application. So when I say display file, right, you will be seeing it everywhere. For example, if I give work member PDM F4, this is actually a display file. Okay, when I say display file, it's a screen of a display file which will get some input and then it will do some action based on that. Okay, so ideally a display file will be used to get some data from the user and then display the output to the user so that we make interactive. So we're gonna see how to create the display file in this video. Okay, and then we're going to create a sample application with that. So the sample application what I have already created is this one, C2F. C2F is called Celsius to Fahrenheit converter. Okay, so it looks like this. So if I call this program, right, we get a small screen which says C2F converter. If I say 33.5 degrees Celsius, which is equivalent to 92.3 Fahrenheit. Okay, so we'll see if I press F5, things will get cleared. Okay, let's see how to do this thing at the end of the video. Now, how do we create a display file? Okay, we can create in a couple of ways. One way which I usually do is take F6 and then create like DSPF01 and then give the type as DSPF, and it will open up the SCU editor for you to write the DDS directly. But I don't want to write DDS, I'm not the expert, so I'll just simply say file. Okay, and then here this is the empty display file created. I give it 17, which will open up the interactive way of editing the display file. So here I can give one for add, and we'll give a record name. A record represents actually a screen in a display file. Okay, so I say something like REC001, enter. Okay, and this record or this screen could be one of these. It could be a record, it could be a user defined or a subfile or a subfile message, window, menu bar, it's so on. Okay, but now we are going to concentrate only on the record. Record means it's a plain screen. Okay, so by default it's record. To give enter, this record came up. So this is your screen, so you can design your screen whatever you want. So the basic stuff what we want is to write some text. So the text can be in a single quotes. This is text like this, and since we have embedded this into a single quote, now this will become one entity, okay, or one element. And if you want to add some input field, we have something like if it's a numeric input field, we can use either 3, 6 or 9. Okay, 3 means input, 6 means output, 9 means both input and output. I'll just show what I mean. Okay, how to add a input field or output field is, okay, when I say field, okay, it's a variable. When I say text, it's constant, so it will always show this is text. But when I say variable, it will have a variable name, and we can use that variable name to change the value. So for example, I give a plus, okay, to insert a variable, and I give 3. 3 means it's a input and numeric. If I give 10, we get a 10 digit number as an input field. Okay, if I give plus 6 of 5, say for example, I get a output field of numeric 5 digit. Okay, if I give 9 of maybe 6, I get a both input and output. Let's see what is this in when we deal with the programming. Okay, so as I said, these things are fields, which means it should be having a variable name. So you can give a question mark and see what is the variable name. So if you want, you can change it. Say for example, I say INPNUM, okay, input number, and here I say out num. Okay, here I say here I say INP out. Okay, fine. So if at all I want to do for the text, okay, we can give something like this. Here we put I, O or B. Okay, I for input, I give a length, say for example 10. Okay, it will give me 10 character of input. Okay, similarly O of 10 will give the output, and then B of 10 will give the both. Okay, so I have a separate video which I have just explained some of the ways to create this designing screen. I'll give the link in the description below, but as of now we'll stick with this. Okay, and then so this also will be having variable name, right? So I'll say what okay, field 4, field 4, field 5, field 6. Okay, so as of now we will remember the name, we don't want to change it. Okay, now this is actually a screen and it contains these elements. Okay, so yeah, so let's see how to handle this in the RPGLE. So before that, I said we can create the screen in a couple of ways, right? So this is one way. Okay, I give F12, okay, and then F3. Here I give no because I don't want to create the object now, but I just want to save the DDS source. So enter. Now you can see it's saved, and if you give 5, now you will be able to see the DDS. Okay, so fine. So what is the other way of creating? So we have something called STRSDA. Okay, if you give enter, it's a IBM I based tool, not tool, it's like a way of navigating and creating the screen. Okay, so it's a menu. Now it says a design screen. If you give 1, it is asking the source file name, so I say same stuff, just say display file 2, enter. Now you remember the screen, right? This is actually when we put 17 on the DDS, this particular thing came up. So we can also do this interactively like this. Okay, so here also I can go create whatever I want. Okay, it goes like that. So if you want, you can also create using STRSDA, but we're going to stick with whatever we created just now. So let's see what we have now. Fine, so DSPF, we have this thing. Now how do we handle this in the RPGLE? Okay, first of all, we just saved the source file. So if we give 14, now it will be compiled. So now only we have the object. Fine. Now I want to say DSPF 01 or RPGLE. So in this RPGLE, we're going to interact with that display file. So first we need to bring the display file here, so we can do it using a F specification. So DSPF 01, I think, yes. So here you need to give C for combined input and output. Okay, and then F, so CF, and then file format is E, external format, and the device is work STN. Okay, all the display file and sub file will be having the device as workstation. That's it. So now we have brought the display file into the program. Now we can do our normal stuff. So here I'll say okay. So now I just directly go into the concept. So we have a keyword called exfmd. Okay, when you do exfmd, the screen will be displayed, but we want to know which screen you want to display, because a single display file will contain more than one screen. So in our case, we're gonna display REC01, if I'm not wrong. Let us double confirm this. Work member PDM. So we give REC001. Okay, 001. Okay, REC001. So now this will display that particular screen. But now since we, okay, I'll just, let's see what happens. Okay, file, and then we have this thing. Let me compile this and call. So we just get this thing. We got, this is text, and we have this is input, but here you can type ABC because it's only number. You remember we just gave as 3 plus 3 of 10. Okay, so we can give number. This is the output, so we cannot edit. Okay, and this is also here it's both input and output. Okay, so that's why it's allowing us to the input. So similarly, we have the text fields here, and now we can type ABCD because it's a text field. Fine, but how do we handle this from the program? Okay, let's see that. If I press enter, it will just go off, because when I press enter, the control will directly come after this exfmd, but we don't have anything to code. Okay, now let's see. Before I display exfmd, first I display the exfmd. Okay, then I do some stuff, which means I think inp num equal to 10, because I know it's a variable name, right? And then I had other inp out equal to 100. I forgot the other one. Okay, so field 004 equal to temp, field 005 equal to another test, field 006 is equal to Yusuf. So now what I have done, I have let me take that also. Work member PDM, let's go this inp num out num. Okay, out num. Okay, fine. Now after assigning these values into this variable, it will be available in those display file also, but we want to see it, right? So we just need to display the file again, screen again, and let's see how the value looks like. Okay, so we have file, let me compile this again. Okay, call. Now first time it's showing the exfmd so that it's blank, but if I give enter, okay, you can see the values are populated. Now you can clearly see we assigned 6 values, but we are seeing only 4 values. Okay, because this first field and then this field we defined as input field. Okay, so we cannot display the value output, but the other fields is only output field, this also only output field. But you remember this and this we gave as both, which means we created this with 9, we created this with b, which means it's a numeric but both input and output. So here also I can change something like 1000. Okay, here also I can say yusuf12. Okay, when I give enter, now what happened, this value whatever we changed will be available in the program with the same variable name. Okay, that is the concept of handling the fields from the RPGLE. Okay, so I think let's quickly start creating our application, because I don't want to tell one by one and then do stuff. So while creating we'll just learn. Okay, fine. So CTF, we're gonna create this one, these two things. Okay, for let me do this. Okay, let me take yeah. Okay, I'll go to 17. Okay, so 12. So I'm gonna change this. So D for delete, so I can delete this. Okay, everything deleted. Now what I want some stuff. So okay, here I go, I can give start date, this will give me output variable of system date, and then start time, it will give me the time, and then start user, it will give the user. Okay, now here I say C2F converter. Okay, now there is one trick. So if you press AC, okay, it will be centered. Okay, you can try that. I'll do it here also. Text. Okay, see, you have to type the A in front of the first letter, and then C should override the first letter. Then if you press enter, it will move the center. Just some trick. Okay, you can do it. Now I want to give some color. So in any field, right, you can just take a star in front of it, it will open up the properties, and then you can choose whatever you want. So I'm just going to select yeah, underline white color. Okay, so it looks nice. Fine, now we want a label like enter Celsius. Okay, here Fahrenheit. Okay, okay, now we have these two text here. Now we want a field here. So this field is going to be input field because we're gonna receive it. So I can say plus, okay, 3 of, if I give 6, it will create 6 field, but I want 6 comma 2. In my 6 I want the last 2 become decimal portion. Okay, created. Now I can say here 6 of 6 comma 2, because I just want to display this output field. Now let's give a variable name like CL for cells, CL, and here FAR. Hey, sorry guys, my throat and nose is not good. Okay, anyway, so we gave this two variable name, and we want to have f3 equal to exit, and then f5 equal to refresh. Okay, fine. Now we want to make sure if I press F3, the display file has to recognize the F3, right? So further what we need to do, we need to tell this display file that hey, you need to take care of the F3. So for that, what I'm going to do, change this other, right? Okay, after take F here, which is nothing but keywords, and then come to indicator keywords, and then say CA03 space 03 exit, CA05 space 05 refresh. Now by defining this, right, what will happen, this screen will recognize if I press F3 or F5. Okay, it will switch on the indicator IN05 and IN03 when we press it. Okay, fine. What next? So we have defined everything. We have these two variable name. We just need to get this one variable as input and then calculate the Fahrenheit and then display the output. Okay, F3 no 14 compiled. Okay, let's go here. Okay, we already have this. So just to test what I'm going to do, I'm not going to do anything. dd file compile call. So the screen is displayed now. Okay, but the only thing is we are not doing anything. If you press enter, it will go off. Now let's do first thing. We want to display the screen until we press F3, right? So by default, when the program starts, F3 will be off. Okay, if I press F3, the F3 will be on. So what I need to do while, okay, star in03 is the indicator equal to star off. If the indicator is off, then we need to display the exfmt. That is what we want. So we can just move this here. Okay, so what it will do, it will keep on exfmt the screen, but if you press F3, then it will go to the it will go here and then see the indicator. Since F3 pressing will make this to on, it will come out. Fine. Now what we want, if I press enter, okay, I need to check what I got. So here I say display Celsius, just to check whether it's working or not. Okay, so file compile call. So it's the first exfmt showing. So if you press enter, you can see display 0 because it's coming to the display command, and we have 0, so it just displays 0. So if you press 10 enter, then 10 will be displayed. You can see here, while okay, this you know, right, while displaying it won't have the dot 10.00, it is okay. 10.00 same thing. Fine. So now let's press F3, it went off. Fine. Let's come here, let's do the remaining coding. We need the formula. So FAR is equal to I got this from Google, Celsius into 9 by 5 plus 32. This is a formula to convert to Fahrenheit. Okay, so at this point of time, right, our code is pretty much completed, because we show the screen, we get the Celsius value, we calculate the Fahrenheit and then put it into the FAR value, and when it goes again, when it displays the screen again, this FAR will be already having the value. So we are pretty much done. So let's see if that works, then we'll do some adjustments. Okay, now we have, so I have 33.5 and we get the value. See how it disappears, because we define this as an input field, so it just will not display the output. Okay, fine. So if you press enter again, we get 32, because when we press the enter again, it takes this as a 0 as a value, and then it calculates the Fahrenheit for the 0 Celsius. Okay, now we just need to do one thing. When I press F5, I have to clear this screen. Okay, so for that, what I can do, I can go here. So basically here we are displaying thing. If either they can press enter, they can press F5, they can press F3. Okay, so what I'm going to do, check if 05 is equal to on, which is if they pressed F5, and if they pressed F5, I just need to do this equal to 0, this equal to 0. I'm just refreshing, and I also should make sure I switch off this indicator manually by myself, else always this 05 will be on. Okay, so off. Fine. Suppose if it is not F5, right, else then it was not F5 basically, so I just need to calculate this. I think that's it, it's fine. So let's see if this works. Okay, cool. So if you press 38.5, 101.3, correct. So if you press F5, it's refreshed. Okay, so this is the basic program. So if I click enter, again it displays. If I press F5, it goes. So things are working. So F3 exit. So this is the basic application which we built on what we have learned about display file, but we can do a lot more than this. Okay, so I'll also give some of my earlier videos so that you can watch it after this video, so that you get more understanding. And before I jump into the subfile video, surely I'll make some more display file video, okay, to get it comfortable, and also some useful informations are there. Okay, because we are not at spoken to PF, right? So we have not taken the value from the database and then populated in the display file. So maybe we can see that in my next video. Once we are comfortable with the display file, then we'll move to the sub file. Okay, then we'll see our final project, how it comes. Okay, so I hope you like this video. Yeah, so that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video very soon. Bye.